The President of the Russian Federation, His Excellency Putin, distinguished members of the delegation, distinguished members of the press, I greet you all with my most heartfelt feelings. I would like to, first of all, say that I'm very happy to host my friend Putin and his delegation in Turkey. The bilateral meeting and the meeting between the delegations proved to be very fruitful. Regional developments, as well as others, were discussed. Relevant delegation members discussed it in their meetings. This year, together my valuable friend, this is the 5th meeting this year. And we had the opportunity to exchange ideas through phone calls. This has not been the case so far to date with the Russian Federation, but today the relations are at a much better level. The ministries work together, and based on our efforts, the bilateral relations are getting stronger and stronger, and it's very pleasing for both parties. We hope that it will prove to be much better in the future. Both parties are determined to do that. The 7th meeting of the High Consultative Council, Advisory Council, has agreed on starting to work on economic and other relations. The Council attaches great importance to all of them. Due to the Council meeting, we will host His Excellency Putin again in Turkey next year. Economy and trade is the backbone of our bilateral relations. A few minutes ago, the ministers agreed on overcoming some exceptions. In the first 7 months of this year, there was an increase of 22% in bilateral trade. And the number of Russian tourists increased significantly when compared to previous years. We also agree on the fact that all of the economic figures could be higher. We set ourselves the goal of $100 billion previously, and it's my sincere wish that we will reach that target. In the Joint Economic Committee meeting next month, we will conclude critical issues with respect to bilateral relations. One of them is energy. The Turkish Stream and the Akkuyu nuclear plant projects are ongoing. It's very important for us to start operating them as soon as possible. In the meeting that we held today, we saw that there are some delays, and we will overcome them very fast. We discussed issues on Iraq and Syria also in the meeting today. With respect to territorial integrity of Iraq and Syria, we agree on those terms. Unfortunately, the region has become a very vulnerable, a very fragile place. So the referendum held is non-binding, is illegitimate. Despite all warnings, the referendum was held, and it was a huge mistake. This was based on personal and short-term interests. No one has the right to put the region on fire, to increase stress, tension in the region. And I have mentioned it several times that we will take relevant measures if necessary. After the referendum, during this very sensitive period, we have to make sure that more dramatic mistakes are not made. The territorial integrity of Iraq and political unity of Iraq must be preserved. These are all very important. In the meeting that we held with my friend Putin, we discussed these issues and also the outcomes of the Astana talks. And we will continue to work on the de-escalation zone in Idlib. And the teams will continue to work on that. The Astana talks will strengthen ceasefire talks and will contribute to the political process ongoing in Geneva. With respect to the measures to increase confidence, we agreed on the fact that we should do more. As Turkey and Russia, the Syria conflict should be solved together based on common will. We are determined to do that, and both parties confirmed that will. The talks that I had with my counterpart, His Excellency Putin, proved to be very fruitful. The delegations will meet more frequently, and we will be contacting each other through phone calls or through special representatives. Thank you.